Greetings from me and my friend here. If you haven't been here before, welcome and hope you enjoy the lesson. So today it's kind of a loose idea, but I think it's pretty cool, something you can hopefully have fun with. It's more of an advanced lesson, although we could make it simpler for intermediate or beginners too. So I'll just play the idea first. I'm going to be playing kind of this riff and then repeating it, and then every other section is going to be just improvising a lick. So something like this. So. So I think you kind of get the idea. It's cool for a couple of reasons. One, it's just fun. It's a fun way just to play, practice by yourself and keep a sense of time. But what's also cool is you have to come up with these licks, and then you have to kind of get into the lick and then get out of it quickly, because you know that this riff is coming back up again. So of course you can make up your own riffs later, but I'll just show you this one for today if you want a good starting point. So I'm just doing this F sharp, playing with my thumb. I suppose you could do that too, but I like using the old thumb when I can. So you're gonna do that, and then I'm just hitting basically the G and the B strings here in the second fret. Might be catching something else once in a while, but pretty much that. Doing an upstroke on that. And then I'm doing the second fret to the fourth fret on the A string, and doing kind of a little of muted notes or kind of ghost notes in there too. But the main idea would be that. But if you want to do like that's kind of cool. So, and if you haven't done that before, I'll just quickly show you that. This is where I could divide this into really two separate lessons, because the more intermediate, higher intermediate to advanced would be able to already know what I'm doing there, and the beginner might not. But if you're a beginner and you want to know, I'm hitting a note and then hitting like a dead note here. So I'm just muting the string like this, not pushing down all the way. So, and I'm just doing a hammer on there, 2 to 4 on the D string. That's kind of the main idea, the repeating motif there, we'll call it. So. And then the fun thing is you just improvise, I think I'm doing mostly F sharp minor pentatonic there, maybe exclusively, yeah. Whatever I did up here. I mean, you could throw in, this is kind of a funky riff, so I don't know if I would throw in natural minor. Maybe. Yeah, it could be cool. So yeah, the idea is basically just play the riff, and then however long the time is. So if you're going so basically a measure, then you just try to improvise for a measure. That's what I would start with anyway, so. And if you're a beginner, here's the great thing. You could keep this really simple over here. You could go, let's see. You could even keep that even simpler. You could just go. And then improvise. So you could even do this if you're a beginner. But the idea, yeah, just kind of just do whatever. I don't think I'm even going to teach licks in this. Maybe I'll just play again a couple times slower, and then if you like some of the licks and you want to learn them, you could just try to use, good ear training. You could try to figure out yourself. Slow it down if you need to. So, but one last thing I was going to say is that you could do this where you're doing one measure of the riff, the lower riff, kind of repeating motif, and then one measure of the improvised lick. But then you could extend the improvised lick sometimes. I'll give you an example. So you could go. want to do that, you could go like twice as long. So yeah, I'll just play a little more, maybe slower though. This is probably not how I would really play it, although it's sometimes a good challenge to play slower than you normally would. So. So, and then one other variation, if you want to, it's kind of fun. I've been doing this a little more lately. Is doing kind of a kind of using your fingers. So you could do, if you want to keep it similar, I guess you could go like. Let's see. So, just a kind of a fun concept. I think I learned this a long time ago from Paul Gilbert. He did a kind of a rock version of it's been a long time, so I can't remember, but I think he did kind of like a. And then same idea, you would just take the riff and then do the little lick, and then the riff and the lick. So, yeah, so it's pretty fun to do. And again, you have to wrap up your ideas quick. So if you're going like this, I'll give you an example if you didn't do it. I'll say if I didn't do it well or correctly, you could go, because especially the more you do it, you can kind of keep challenging yourself. So let's say you're going, let's see, I forgot the riff now, whatever. But anyway, let's say you went, let's see. And then you kind of like if you missed a note by a beat, let's say you went over the measure, then you couldn't get back to the main riff in time. So, yeah, I don't want to give you too much to worry about it, but it's just kind of a fun thing to jam on. Let's see, I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, that's something I could talk about later. Doing like double stops in your lead playing is kind of cool, but that's a whole nother topic. I don't get too far off here. So yeah, hope you enjoy doing that. Have fun with it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, that'd be fantastic. I appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.